So I just wanted to do a recap of the nasdaq since I already did for the S&P starting from Monday last week. So there's these two order blocks. There's the first order block, the second order block. There's the third order block that has been invalidated, but with respect to this, we're still in a bullish bias. Now there's dropping onto an hourly. There was this gap that got refilled on Friday, like I call it in the S&P. Not that I'm bragging or anything. That's an hourly time. Let's just go straight into the 15, or maybe we can draw out the lines of liquidity. Okay, that's chaos. Start on Monday. Opening price. Tuesday's opening price. Wednesday's opening price. Thursday's opening price. And so on. Okay, now with that in mind, you can drop that into a 15 to seek out liquidity. Or maybe let's just look for it in the hourly. So it seems I wasn't here on Friday and Thursday, but I guess not much happened. Actually, it's like I wasn't here. Okay, let's just start from this week. So considering the bias, on Monday there were these relative equal lows and imbalances to the bottom of them. Could have been an area of interest, but nothing came to fruition. So on Monday, opening price, draw that in time. $8.30. Well, it's an hour, so you can't see the 8.30. That would have been the draw on sell side. That would have been the draw on buy side. Took out buy side. Sell side liquidity was left. Tuesday, 8.30. That would have been the draw on buy side liquidity. The last swing low, so this would have been a draw on sell side liquidity. They took it. How much during noon? Wednesday. Let me just put it at 9. So sell side liquidity resting there. Buy side liquidity. So they left the sell side. They took out the buy side and left this imbalance. And then there's not always a trade. There wasn't a trade all those 4 days in the hourly if you're a position trader. So Thursday, buy side taken completely. That's a very strong indicant considering this fair value gap and all this liquidity that's been left, and the fact that we've already traded deep into discount. It's not SNR. We're expecting a 50% retracement, which is exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. I'm trying to delete this fib. We took a buy side, we ended up a retracement at the 50% level, left imbalances. Obviously the imbalances are going to be targeted again, and that's exactly what happened. Let me post another video, but let me just do it in the 15-minute time frame for clarity. So the S&P and the Nasdaq move in tandem. That means they generally move the same. 15-minute time frame, real quick. Friday. Let's start from Friday. Monday. Monday is much better. So 8:30. Markets open. That's a Judah swing. Doesn't even take out liquidity, leaves it. Judah swing, swing high broken, fair value gap, traded into. It's pretty straightforward considering this day had no news. That's your entry. But then again, it didn't come to fruition until noon. There's no always a trade every day anyway, so don't expect there to be. Okay, then SMC buy sell liquidity 8:30. Look at that, like, isn't that just perfect? Like, just sell side liquidity, buy side taken first, then obviously they'll aim for sell side. Sell side is taken. Fair value gap formed? No. But then again, this is also an imbalance. Well, sell side, it's buy side inefficiency traded into. My logic is, I know in smaller time frames, there's probably something that happened. So whatever your target would have been, considering this is the Nasdaq, probably just be out by 12. But then it comes to fruition during noon, and that's just something you didn't get. Obviously, aiming for possible targets would have been this imbalance right here. For the markets, well, 9:30. This would be my first signal. This is the major draw on sell side. I just draw a line, and at 8:30, this would have been the buy side liquidity. Buy stops resting there in the form of, well, orders in because people think this is breakout and the market is going higher. They trade in, they put in their orders, but then it reverses against them. There's also people who've been profitable going short. They place maybe their stop losses right here or right here. They get taken out. That's liquidity being engineered, and then they target what? They target the sell side liquidity of people being profitable going up right here, and they take them at 11 and then rally up. Now obviously between this and 12 there's probably a setup there. I'll come back to that. These videos aren't even that long. And Wednesday left that imbalance I was talking about. So then it's finally Friday. It's 8:30, more like 9:30. 8:30 news takes up buy side. You just draw a line. It's not so complicated. That's why it's a 2022 mentorship. The buy side is taken. What's next? Well, there's possible targeting of the rebalance of these imbalances. The relative equal lows left here, and this low left here, and here, and the 50% retracement that I just showed you in higher time frames. The 50% would have been your draw. And on the 9, that is when you would have started hunting your setup. So point of interest, I can only go back to the 5. You'll have to go, and then that happened. So on Friday obviously we'll be targeting a rebalance of these imbalances, and that's exactly what happened. Where do we start? Well, it starts at this top and really gave me the notion that we were going to rebalance those imbalances, because now they've already taken out the sell side liquidity. So it's 9:30. This is gap, and that would have probably just been the entry. Let me cancel out this. And ICT also says the perfect trade is one that doesn't even go deep into your FVG, because that's high confirmation that it really wants to go up. Now that's a 1-to-1 RR. You'd be out by 12, and once you take a win, just stay out. So 5 minutes, let's just start from where we are actually. If you don't see, here it is, right there at 10:20. Wrote it out till 12 with your target. Well, my target would have possibly been this. I guess I'd just have to wait. I'd have taken out my trade at 12, but then I'd have waited to see if it would have tapped. I would have preferred it to go all the way here, but it didn't, and I don't want to be in the market during noon, so I'd have taken it out there. And then stop ons in the 15-minute time frame are very high confirmation. Always be on the lookout for them. And then again here at 10:15, this swing low is broken. First we have this swing low, right? It's broken, but we don't see a setup. Then we have this swing low, right? Broken. Imbalances 3, trace it to the first one. That is where your trade should be. That is exactly where your trade should be. Don't wait for it to go to the first one. Sometimes it never comes. Never reaches, that is. And write it out till 12. If you don't have a target, just place one trade and put a time notion on it. A time notion in that we let it run till 12 if it's one trade. If you have a zone where you want to take partials, you can take 2 or 3 and take contracts off. Optimally, the trade would set up would have formed here, but maybe it's the no time frames. Let's check if it's no time frames, because I didn't even see other setups that week. And here it is, the optimal setup right after this window is broken. There's two actually. There's this and there's this one. Just zoom in a bit. So ultimately your trades would have been here, and if you went short here, you would have had a really good ride. And your risk would only have, if you were putting your risk at the candle that forms the fair value gap, that would have been it, and that's a 13:2 risk to reward ratio if you let it run till 12, that is. That would have been perfect. Speaking of, let's see if we would have gotten a better entry on Friday. Same entry. And after these imbalances, just don't trade. Wait for the next week, because you see it came back and retraced. And this is 4. And because we're here, we might as well just check if we are setups, because there's people who trade gaps in that they trade rebalancing of fair value gaps. So right there's that. Obviously, when I'm taking this trade, it's against my bias. I'm just showing you a setup. But then you can't work this out with just looking for setups. You have to have a framework. I only have 15 minutes left. Let me see the better setups in lower time frames on this side of the curve. Sell side, buy side taken. Like really, I've really gone through these charts in backtesting, the ones I haven't even posted. See, there's a better entry in the 30-minute time frame. At 10, be out by 12. Take your partial here. Pay the trader. Be out by 12. Yeah, and with that, have a lovely day.
or evening, depending on where you are.